Hello there and welcome to another impromptu Elite FPL stream with myself, Stevo, and just wanted to talk about today really and what a shit day that's been regarding football from a Burnley perspective. Had the game on TalkSport too, and it's essentially men versus boys at the moment, and I can't believe we've gone from quite literally a championship winning team to a team that doesn't know its arsehole from its elbow. And it is extremely frustrating when you've got a coach of Vincent Kompany's abilities, quite literally coaching manner, the way he presents himself, allowing this to happen, and these basic mistakes since day one. The likes of just not playing Muric and just playing Trafford because we paid 19 million for him. All these other players that I don't even know their fucking names coming in. 17, 18-year-old kids. It's embarrassing. And yet, as I said on the stream the other day, we knew our season would be starting probably last weekend against Brentford, but really it would start today against Bournemouth. And we end up losing 2-1. And we're going to get relegated. It's simple as that. It's not the fact we're going to get relegated that pisses me off, or not even me, like actual proper Burnley fans that go to the games. I'm talking, it's like my uncle said, there's just no fight or desire with the players in the team whatsoever. And they don't give a fuck. They don't give a flying shit about the club. By all accounts, that Larson and Trezel, by all accounts, literally just, whatever, don't care. They've got no fight in them whatsoever, and Kompany just persists with these individuals here. I generally thought when, we missed out on I say we missed out, the board decided not to buy Teller, or actually dip their hands in their pockets for Harwood Bellis. The Maatsen thing, he wasn't going to come to us anyway, unfortunately. He was going to, just stay sitting on the bench at Chelsea. But, he's now going to be, right now, training with a really good coach in Pochettino. Training in, some fantastic facilities. And even though, ironically, Burnley have actually got genuinely some of the best training facilities in the Premier League. And we knew he wasn't going to come. But Teller and Harwood Bellis, who were two key components, one, Harwood Bellis being a very good centre-back last season, glued us together. And Teller, who of course was coming off the right-hand side, cutting in, doing whatever he needed to do, even played up front occasionally, and would score goals, and just the board just couldn't be bothered to put their hands in their pockets and spend money. And now we've got the likes of Koleosho, who ironically is probably one of our best signings that we've got, but Larson, Amdouni, what's his face I've just mentioned, Trezel. It's just shit. And then obviously we end up losing the game. We had then Arsenal winning 5-0. I mean, from a non-Saka owner point of view, perfect outcome, really. Saka getting an assist for one of Nketiah's goals. Nketiah is an individual who I'd actually really like to bring on my team, but I can't get him in without sticking to my plan, which I've actually just written down. Actually, I've just been going through what I want to do, and essentially it's just I either do the Douglas Luiz in now for Ward-Prowse, just get that done, catch the price rise, which will probably happen tonight, or B, just wait and see what happens tomorrow. Because as we saw with Neto, ironically, when I was just briefly looking over my team earlier on, I saw that Neto was 5 point whatever he is, and I thought, he seems to be just ticking along, but their fixtures aren't great, but he seems to be ticking along and doing a job. Obviously he got an assist today, of course he did. And then he goes and pulls his hamstring, and he's not going to be playing for at least 3 weeks, I'm guessing. And then other players like Anthony Gordon, who I don't really directly care for. I can't get Matoma in for free. So basically my plan is simply this. Just this coming game week 11, is just bringing in Douglas Luiz for Ward-Prowse. I'm going to persist with Sterling, who, Jesus fucking Christ, a player whose name I heard 100,000 times on TalkSport today when they were commentating on the game, and all it was he's made a darting run, now he just needs to pass it into the box. Oh, he's misplaced the pass. Oh, he's scuffed the pass. Oh, he's tripped over his own fucking feet and fallen flat on his fucking face. God or fucking mighty. I mean, the history did well. The history even called that result 2-0 to Brentford. That's now the 4th game in a row Brentford haven't lost. And in fact, that's now the 3rd time in 4 they haven't conceded against Chelsea. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible. And yeah, when you own a player like Sterling, where, like I say, all you keep hearing is his name and Palmer's name, and Palmer, I'd be bringing in my team straight away if their fixtures weren't bad. Their fixtures are abysmal, and I'm not really wanting to bring in a player that plays for a team which is slightly more in a better position than Burnley, in the sense of the quality of player they've got, but their fixtures are terrible. Like I said, they're shocking. They have Tottenham away, horrific. Man City at home, Newcastle away. I mean, I would be avoiding, well, I am avoiding Chelsea like the play, even though ironically they seem to play better away from home. Tottenham, Man City, Newcastle, Brighton, Man United. Fuck off. And then with Arsenal, they've got Newcastle away, which I can't call that game. In fact, if I'm honest, I think Newcastle can actually beat Arsenal, but my immediate score prediction in my head is like 1-1 or 2-1 either way, mainly in Newcastle's favour, but honestly it's very, very difficult, that game, to call. Then we move into game week 12, where I am going to be attacking it. I have, for game week 12, the basic plan as it stands right now will be Sterling, Maddison and Udogie to Saka, Martinelli and Taylor. Burnley's Taylor is the only way I can do that move. But it's all dependent, because the thing is that I want to get rid of Trippier, but for that specific week he's got Bournemouth. So I kind of want to keep Trippier for that one game against Bournemouth at least. Tottenham I can easily sacrifice. Chelsea, Wolves, Aston Villa, Man City, West Ham, Newcastle. Yeah, my issue with Tottenham is that they don't seem to kill teams off. Crystal Palace may have had about 400 corners last night, but they weren't exactly threatening. I mean, that goal, yeah, well done. I mean, what fucks me off is the fact that, oh, hold on a minute, didn't Weghorst get a goal disallowed for having that? And wasn't there another player that had a goal allowed for that? And then obviously AU last night got that. I mean, from a Sky Sports presenter point of view, I was just fucking gutted that they conceded, because I had Romero as my captain, and I completely lost my... and I still don't understand how they added on 8 minutes. The game was so fucking boring. I was about to do something. I was about to say something I shouldn't have done. It was so boring, I was doing anything but watching it. It was literally just Tottenham passing it around at the back, and Crystal Palace stands just standing there like Muppets in London do, with their phones in their face. That's what they were doing. All I'm thinking is, this is great for Romero. Look at these passes he's completing. It's brilliant. And then it comes to the 96th, 97th minute, which even then, I still don't understand where this time came from. 4 minutes at most should have been the stoppage time, at most. And yet that cunt of a fucking fourth official, or whoever decides it, gives 8 minutes. Why? Nothing happened in the game. Nothing. So that fucked me off. Obviously Maddison and Son getting the goals, assists, whatever. I still want to persist with Son. Maddison, even though he's key to everything Tottenham do, he seems to be the assister of the assister. He's an incredible player, there's no denying it, and everything goes through Maddison, and to be fair, he is pretty much, without wanting to contradict myself, a season keeper, but with an FPL it doesn't quite work like that, and I think that Maddison for me can be the one that I can sack off to be able to afford the likes of Martinelli. I'm going to be waiting on the game against Chelsea though. We know they're going to score 2 goals. We know that. I think that game's going to be I think that game could be quite high scoring, funny enough. And I just think, like I say, that Maddison I can sacrifice, especially with, Wolves away, Aston Villa, Man City. I think Son, it will be the one for me to keep, especially as it blocks off some rivals as well. But yeah, I want to attack Arsenal for game week 12. That Burnley game is going to be... I mean, you thought Sheffield United were shit. Should we just say 10-0? Yeah, why not? Fuck it, 10-0. Put 50p on that. Martinelli and Saka are going to fuck us over. They're going to... Again, I was going to say something. I'm not allowed to. But they're going to ruin us. And... yeah... I just want to attack it. However, the problem is that, as we know, Arteta came out today, said, well, we need to rest a few players and whatnot. And the problem is that they've got, I was looking at this, they've got Seville at home before the Burnley game, and I'm worried that potentially Arteta may look at that Burnley fixture and go, do you know what? I can rest Martinelli and play Trossard. So this is why I can't really do my transfers other than if anything, the Douglas Luiz one for definite. So I feel confident enough in that where, if I do it today, I'll probably catch a price rise. Because Ward-Prowse, sadly, sitting a lot deeper. We know from a set piece point of view, he's incredible. But Brentford away... Nottingham Forest, Burnley, they're really good, especially Burnley, but from a set piece point of view, it's just the fucking fact that he's just sitting so deep and kind of trying to work out if it's really worth holding. The answer is no, it's not worth holding whatsoever. And in a way, it's why I can't stand, since playing Sky, I can't stand playing FPL in a way, because you can't properly plan because you're so concerned about price changes. And because the game at the moment is so volatile, I mean, what was it? There was like 55 price changes alone last night, whether it was up or down. It's ridiculous. And various other factors where the price predictor sites aren't getting certain players right and everything, and like with the fact that Saka the other day went up by 0.1. Not a single price predictor site had him anywhere near 100%. Goes up though. Great. Brilliant. And yeah, ironically, he only gets an assist. Now, obviously, there's another big marker in my team. It's Haaland. Haaland's got 2 weeks left in my team. This week, I mean, whether you're aware or not, and the answer is nobody will be aware because no one watches this fucking channel anymore. I had a proper rant with Dan about it, to be honest with you, but I can't reveal what I said. But yeah, guess who else captain Haaland? Jason. You couldn't make it up. I don't speak to Jason other than on stream, or occasionally I'll WhatsApp him about something. In fact, I'll play you the live reaction to what I sent Jason last night. This is what I sent him. So I literally just seen, I turned the fucking stream off. And, yeah, this is what I sent him. I have a really funny joke to share with you, and I think you will laugh your head off at this, because it is fucking hilarious. So, I didn't bother selling Haaland. I can't do it, not with Bournemouth next week, but, not only that, mate, but, turns out, like you, I captained him as well. And I generally, when I looked at his team, I assumed he was going to captain Watkins. Because sometimes Jeva, let's call him Jeva, shall we? Jason sometimes tries to be too clever. And I thought, you know what, he's telling us that he's going to be captaining Saka and everything. Salah. But he captains Watkins. And then I look at his team and I see it's Haaland. And I generally could not believe it. The only reason why I captained Haaland was to literally stick a middle finger up to Jason and go, do you know what? You've won the mind games, congratulations. But do you know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to sabotage my team, and I'm going to captain the player that you said is going to rip you a new arsehole. Now, if Haaland does tomorrow rip Man United a new arsehole, and for argument's sake, Salah gets a goal, but Haaland outscores Salah, basically, for obvious reasons, I'm going to be absolutely loving it, along with Jason. And I just could not believe that I thought I may have just spun Jason on his head, and he would have been like, fucking cunt. He's gone and done this, he's gone and done that, and he's fucking gone and captain Haaland. No, he's just done the same. It's brilliant, isn't it? Another thing that was in my kind of thought process was Well, we're streaming the game tomorrow with Matt and Dan. Do you know what? Fuck it. I may as well just captain a player in that game. It's the player which Jason, again, thinks that is going to tear Man United a new one. Tomorrow's massive as well. I mean, obviously today, Trippier got 0 points. My captain in Sky, because I just thought, do you know what? I don't want to be bringing in Arsenal. I was going to bring in Saliba today. And here's the irony, I was going to captain Saliba, but I thought, no, just hold off the transfers till tomorrow. Just save 1 or 2 transfers for tomorrow to set you up. And I was going to captain Saliba, obviously. That's completely backfired. It's fucked me in the arsehole. And essentially Trippier in this game got 0 points. I have no idea what he got in Sky. I don't even want to fucking look at it, to be honest with you. And yeah, a lot of us are relying on Areola tomorrow. Matty Cash. Simicas, obviously Doggy didn't play last night. So a lot of people are kind of wondering who's going to come on if they didn't get any team leaks. And even if they didn't play him or whatever, you've got the likes of people that brought in Gabriel, who's coming off the bench for them. Son did what he did. Obviously Salah, Ward-Prowse at home to Everton. I mean, he's going to be gone anyway, but I think for me, if for argument's sake, if Ward-Prowse, just for argument's sake, he won't, but was to get a double-digit haul tomorrow, I'd sell Sterling instead, just to potentially catch some form of price change in Ward-Prowse, if it's possible. Although it wouldn't surprise me actually if he was to go down in price, if I was to check right now whether or not he's close to falling, which I have no idea. So let's just quickly type in his name. He's going to be going down in price. So yeah, I may just do that Douglas Luiz move now. I might just think, fuck it. Literally just do a Steve and just go, do you know what, fuck it. Let's do that swing now, because my team value is fucking awful. And the players that I've got are terrible as well. Then at least on, I mean, Sterling's going to be going down in price. I mean, yeah. I'm fucked with either player if either one goes down, so yeah, pretty shocking to be honest with you. Just quickly say hello to a few people before I fuck off. Once it decides to load up. Stu Bryan saying log off and go to sleep. Nah, you go and log off and fuck off and stop watching. Ooh, can't say that. Harry Dawson, evening all, good evening, mate. Annie Mac saying the Newcastle pen was a joke. Lloyd AJ saying I brought in the Brighton striker at 5.3 instead of Nketiah. But did Nketiah even cross your mind? That's the question. Did he even actually come into your thought process? You know, Phil, Chris is keeping a Wemo. Good evening, Matthew. Brian saying I sold Neto for a Adringa. Yeah, I think this Adringa could be somebody to look at the radar potentially. Roman Jarvis saying Burnley could stay up purely based on Everton get a 12-point deduction if they get a 12-point deduction. Keyword being if. Chris saying I have 0 points from all my defenders. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about today. Today there was nobody playing. Nobody was playing whatsoever. So, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to clear off out of here. Cheers for watching, everybody, and make sure you tune in for me and Jason tomorrow, where we're collaborating with The Volley with Matt and Dan. I have no idea how it's going to work. I'm just going to be the idiot sat behind the microphone.